welcome you into Portland, Oregon for a USL matchup between T2 and Phoenix Rising. It's a warm afternoon here in the Rose City. First meeting of the year between T2 and Phoenix. As we get set for this matchup here, we welcome you into Providence Park, everyone. Tom Colker, Nat Borchers, Nat, big meeting between these two teams. Let's start with T2. 2-2-1 in their last 5 matches, including a big effort down in LA against the Galaxy in Orange County. Yeah, and in these hot summer months, Tom, it's so important for teams to get performances right and take points when you can get them. They got 4 points in the last 2 games in hot conditions. Now they're coming back home, and it's very important they get things right. On the offensive ends, they've been scoring goals, 7 goals in the last 3 games, but equally important, defensive end. They've given up 7 goals in the last 3 games. So from Cam Knowles, it's going to be very important he gets things right for the balance defensively against a Phoenix Rising team that can absolutely hurt you on the counterattack. Phoenix 11-5-5 on the season, including one of the best road records in USL, 5-3-3. Yeah, and this is a team that can absolutely hurt you anywhere on the pitch. And you look at the way that they are so mobile going forward with Asante, with Cortez up top, with Rigi, and then Vega coming out of the middle. It's going to be very tough for that back line of the Timbers to make sure they get things right and get that balance right so they don't give anything up. Well, let's talk about 2 of the top goal scorers in all of USL, Foster Langsdorff and Chris Cortez. Foster Langsdorff has been so much fun to watch this season. He is the energizer bunny for this T2 squad. He's always putting the center backs for other teams under pressure, always lethal in front of goal. And then you look at Cortez as well. He's done a nice job of getting goals when he can in the box. He does a good job of holding up the ball and letting those attacking players for Phoenix Rising run off him. So when you talk about that offense, that transitions to how do you stop these 2 great offenses? And for T2, Marco Farfan's going to have a big afternoon. Yeah, he's going to have his work cut out for him, certainly. He's going to have to pick and choose his times, Tom, when to go forward, when to stay back. Because every time he goes forward, Asante and Rigi are going to be cheating into that space he leaves behind him. His 1v1 battles against Rigi, against Asante, are going to be very important that he makes sure he wins the majority of those if the team's going to be successful defensively. For Phoenix, they have one of the best goalkeepers in all of USL, Carl Wazinski. One of the best goalkeepers, 8 shutouts on the season, 56 saves. Yeah, Wazinski's been very good. And you look at that big 6'5" frame. He controls his box, set pieces usually. He takes care of business. He's a good shot stopper, and I think he gives that back line a ton of confidence with the way he's been playing this season. Phoenix has won the last 2 meetings between these 2 teams. It's the first meeting of the 2018 campaign. We'll take a break. Starting lineups and kickoff next. Portland and Phoenix. First matchup of the year on the other side of this break.
Past 2-3 minutes has been end-to-end stuff for Atlanta United, too.
What a goal! Sandoval with an incredible bicycle! He was even covered! How did that go in? It's 2-1!
Koffa leaves a shot. Serta knocks it down in the header's back.
Well, Fabian Serta doing what he does best.
We welcome you back into Providence Park, everyone. Tom Colker. Borchers players making their way out onto the field for today's matchup between T2 and Phoenix Rising. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for this afternoon's matchup. There's Cam Knowles, and he will bring out a 4-2-3-1. And I know a guy that you're really interested in seeing is the man in the middle, the youngster from Argentina, Tomas Kenickie. Yeah, and we don't know a whole lot about Tomas Kenickie other than he is the big signing for Portland Timbers right now, and he's going to get some minutes with this T2 lineup, and I'm really interested to see how he does. Is he going to be able to find the ball? Is he going to get comfortable early in the game? Is he going to be able to handle the physical play that you see in this USL League? Made his debut for San Lorenzo in 2016 in Argentina. For Phoenix, we mentioned their attack. It is a potent one to top the cross for Rick Schatz, and Rick bringing out a 4-3-3 as the interim coach for Phoenix Rising. And we talked about that potent offense, the 3 across the top, Ricci, Cortez, Asante. Cortez 9 goals. Ricci on the right side has 6 himself. Yeah, and Asante is the guy I'm really focusing on, Tom, because he can absolutely fly up and down that right-hand side. He's going to be matched up against Marco Farfan, and I think it's really going to be really important just to watch the way he gets up and down, and he stays so high sometimes in those transition moments that he's able to cheat and really catch some backline members sleeping sometimes in these games. This Phoenix Rising team, 36 goals on the season, tied for 5th most in all of USL. We mentioned it's a warm afternoon. This game originally scheduled for 2 o'clock. We have a noon start. We were keeping an eye on the guys warming up. We saw Phoenix coming out. They stayed on that far side of the field in the shade right now where Marco Farfan is.
Yeah, and that's where I would be staying, Tom, because I don't like to get in the sun. I don't like to get sunburned. I'm just too pale. But also, you want to conserve your energy, and I think it was really interesting to see Phoenix Rising early on in the warm-ups, just staying in that shade, making sure they're conserving energy. They actually came out later than T2 as well. So we'll see if that plays a factor later on in this game.
T2 4-2-1 all time against Phoenix, and they didn't suffer a loss till last year. In fact, this Phoenix team has won back-to-back meetings, a 2-0 win here in Portland back on September 27th. That clinched a playoff spot for Phoenix Rising, and then a 4-1 win to close out the season. Back in Phoenix, these two teams will meet one more time to actually close out the regular season on October 13th. We mentioned for T2, 7 first-team players in the lineup today, including Jeremy Abobasi up top. He's in the center circle. T2 in the white, Phoenix in the red. We're underway from Providence Park.
Yeah, and with 7 players from Portland Timbers in this lineup, I expect to see some veteran performances here, a lot of experience. Good decisions are going to be very important in a game like this, and certainly being able to have a bright start, make sure they get their front foot forward, starting off with a corner kick. Very good, very aggressive from T2.
So Tuiloma playing a long ball to Abobasi, so it'll be a corner here. This will be first one here in the first minute, so a chance for T2 to create something in the opening moments of this match. Barmby over to take the corner. Barmby 3 goals and 1 assist. Has not appeared for the first team this season. This will be an in-swinger here in the opening minute of the match. Ball headed away by Phoenix, but at the top of the box, kept alive. It'll be a throw-in on the far side of the field for Phoenix. So an early opportunity there for T2.
And I think if you look at T2, Tom, they started out the season so well at home, and I think they've struggled a little bit recently in their home performances. They've done really well on the road with a 6-4-2 record, but at home they've been 5-5-0, and I think that they just haven't been able to close things out at home, especially later on in games. And I think it's going to be important for Cam Knowles' team to focus on that in this game, especially if they have a lead in this game, just being able to close it out.
Phoenix on the ball, long switch played by default to the far side of the field, intended for Asante. Controlled by Kenickie, played out wide to the far side of the field, and T2 looking to move in the attack with Farfan making a long run. Good recovery that time by DeBose, and Brzezinski just playing it back toward midfield. Scoreless here in the second minute. Both teams trying to fill each other out a little bit, but it's T2 again working down the left flank. Lewis flipping a ball out wide. That time Kenickie trying to get out there, but he'll be thrown here for Phoenix.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be very important for T2 to get on the ball as early as they possibly can. Start getting that rhythm, start controlling the game, start controlling the tempo. With Zambrano in there, with Lewis, they're more than capable of getting on the ball and making that possession game important.
Zambrano off of a turnover, 4-back defensively for Phoenix. Lewis, touch out wide. Good control here and patience. T2 looks to build up in the attacking half. It's built to Iloma. New Zealand international out wide. Mulligan is making his 21st appearance. Where you're trying to play, and Mulligan did make the run, so it's an easy play in the goal for Brzezinski. 8 shutouts on the season. Comes in with a record of 9-4-5. Fernandez controlling the middle. Lambert. Phoenix looks to work there, build up, but they'll go instead go all the way back to the top of the box. Brzezinski, 4th minute of the match. And I alluded to the good road effort by T2. It's a long ball played down the flank for Ricci. Work by Tuiloma to get back, and T2 control. Back-to-back wins, 4-3 down in LA against the Galaxy 2, and then a 2-2 draw against Orange County.
Yeah, and 2 results that Cam Knowles was pleased with. I think, again, on the defensive end, he would have liked to have more from him. You don't want to give up that many goals in 2 games, but I think that on the other end, they did get to score goals. They were getting chances. They were very good with their possession game, and they were able to close things out. And certainly they would have wanted to get the win against Orange County. They were up 2-0 in that first half, gave up 2 second-half goals. But again, you'll take 4 points from 2 road games, especially in these hot summer months, as we mentioned in the open.
Here's T2 on the attack. Kenickie, nice fancy footwork out the the top of the box, looking for options, playing it down the line. Farfan looking to make a run that's going to go out for a goal kick. There you see some nice footwork from the youngster from Argentina.
Yeah, it's a good start for Kenickie, and just seeing him get on the ball, get a few dribbles there. I would have liked to see him pull the trigger there, but you're not going to expect him to make the right decision, certainly in his first start here. But I'm really excited to watch this kid, Tom. I've heard so much about him. Again, he's a big signing for the Timbers. There's a lot that can be expected of him, certainly, and in that role, in that attacking role, it's very important that he gets on the ball and he gets involved in the game early.
So there, Phoenix 10-0-2, and they score the first goal in a match. They always look to get on the front foot first. Tied for 5th overall in the league in scoring. Now they have some room down the left side with Amadou Dia. Dia, edge of the 18 on the wing toward the byline, trying to get around the corner. Lauria, good defensive effort there. Phoenix fans in attendance wanting to call. It's just going to go out for a goal kick.
Yeah, we'll see Lauria here getting on the defensive side of things, backing up Jimmy Mulligan, and Bill 1v1 here from Dia here on Lauria. Does a nice job there. I think there could be an argument for a foul. Referee might have gotten that one wrong, but T2 will take it.
Talk about the 7 players on the first team in the starting lineup today for T2. This Phoenix team has some MLS guys, including Amadou Dia. 2015 and 16, made 36 appearances for Sporting KC. Yeah, and it's a guy that I really like Dia in terms of that, playing in that outside back role, but he can play sometimes as a winger. He likes to push forward. He's athletic enough to get back, to get up and down, and to match up 1v1 against these tricky guys in USL. Throw in here for T2, scoreless in the 6th minute. One corner so far then in the opening minute of the match to T2. There's Mulligan. Kenickie trying to get on the ball, he loses it, and now Vega in his first appearance for Phoenix and getting the start. And I look at this lineup from Phoenix, and I think of it as very attacking minded with Vega coming out of the midfield as an attacker. You got Asante, and you got Rigi on the wings, you got Cortez up top. Diaz going to be pushing forward, and you look at for T2, they're going to have a lot to deal with. But I think on the transition, it seems like Phoenix Rising likes to leave a lot of numbers forward, and there's an opportunity, certainly if you're quick enough with the ball, to catch them on the counterattack. Foul against T2, so a free kick right at the midfield stripe for Luigi Mala. Dia trying to make a diagonal run into the box. The ball takes a deflection and will go out for a corner kick. Dia making that late run and almost able to get in behind the defense. Jimmy Mulligan does a really good job there, just shepherding that ball out of bounds. Kendall McIntosh wasn't quite sure what to do with it as it bounced up in the air. But certainly this is that early opportunities where you got to be focused and switched on for set pieces. So a chance here for Phoenix in the 8th minute. First corner of the game for the Rising. McIntosh setting up his defense. 5 players in the area. Ball whipped into the top of the 6, and it's in the net. And Phoenix take the lead on a set piece in the 8th minute of the match. And these set piece opportunities are so important to defend. T2 doesn't do a great job, and it's just Cortez rising up above. Doesn't look like he's very well marked. Nobody gets a body on the guy who can score, who has scored the most goals for this team, and it's 1-0 early for Phoenix Rising. Cortez 10th goal of the season. We mentioned, we just threw up that stat there, 10-0-2 when they score first, and now T2 gonna have to work out of a hole, trailing 1-0, but still plenty of time left to go in this match. Cortez's 10th of the season. And Cam Knowles will be disappointed with that, certainly, and you have to defend those set piece opportunities, especially when you're at home, because that's what other teams play for. They play for those set piece opportunities. You have to get a body, especially on a big guy like Cortez. Make sure he can't rise up like he did, because it was a free header. Kendall McIntosh had no chance to save that. Cortez's 10th of the season. He had a hat-trick earlier this year, back in March against Oklahoma City. So Phoenix on top, 1-0. And a throw in here for the Rising. But sometimes you get scored on early, and it gives you some invigoration. It just jolts you a little bit, and it just changes the game. And for T2 now, what's the reaction look like, Tom? I want to see them be aggressive. I want to see them continue to try to dictate this game, try to create some chances, and get one quickly. Late whistle that time behind the play. It'll be a free kick here for T2. Lauria was making a move up the field. You see there, Phoenix 10-0-2 this season when they get the first goal of the match. 37th goal as a team. And a big one here to start this match. Loma go all the way back to the top of the box for McIntosh. McIntosh 5-4-3 on the season, 4 shutouts. Back to Bill Tuiloma. Long switch to the far side of the field. Knocked down out on the wing. Bobosi the intended target. Kenickie making a run onto it. Worked by Kenickie now wide. Mulligan. Tomas playing a short ball into the middle, looking to get it back from Zambrano. Kenickie playing it across. Barmby has it poked off his foot. That was a good-looking opportunity there for T2. Nice recovery by Phoenix.
Yeah, I really liked what Kenickie did there. Really got linked up with a few of the players. Made a nice run into the box. Tried to combine and get the ball to Jack Barmby, and unfortunately just wasn't able to get the ball on his favored left foot and get a shot on goal.
Long switch by Lambert. Time and space for Defont to work up toward midfield. Phoenix on top, 1-0. Cortez, 10th goal of the season off the corner kick. Ricci delivered it. Here he is on the ball. Now Cortez back to goal, double team. He'll slip it out wide, but it goes right back to T2. Now a chance for the counter. A long switch played to Bobosi. Bobosi 3 goals on the season. He's made 1 appearance with the first team back in June on the road at Atlanta. With 6 minutes in that match. Here's a switch by Lewis. Now Barmby whips it in with the left foot, looking for a Bobosi. Collision there with Zinski. Good effort that time by Bobosi, trying to attack that ball high in the air.
Yeah, it's a really strong challenge there from Wozinski, and you see him use all of that 6'5" frame. Again, his command of the box is very important for this team, and we talked about it in the open why he's getting clean sheets. He's a big boy. He just takes care of things in that box.
He was the 53rd overall pick of the 2012 supplemental draft by the Fire. Never made a first-team appearance with Chicago. Out of the University of Alabama, Birmingham. 1-0. Phoenix on top. In the 8th minute. Chris Cortez, 10th of the season on the corner kick set piece. The difference right now. Kenickie playing a switch. Good ball. Knocked down Lauria in the air. Trying to control it with the left foot. A bit of a heavy touch. Phoenix recovers defensively. We're going to throw it here for T2.
And you'll see here a little build up in transition here with Kenickie getting on the ball and just seeing that run from Lauria. Lauria finds the ball, doesn't do a good job with his first touch, but again, we're seeing little glimpses here of this kid Kenickie and what he can do on the ball.
Some space in the middle of the park. Roy Miller. Long ball down the line. Chance here for T2. Farfan behind the defense, it'll go out for a corner kick. Good ball there by Roy Miller, who tore his ACL last November in training. Has been recovering. He's not made an appearance with the first team yet, but it was a nice ball to get Farfan in the attacking third.
And he does a really good job of getting Farfan forward and into the attack here, and Farfan's able to win the corner kick. Big opportunity here for T2.
13th minute, Barmby over it from the far flag. Play it to Farfan. 18-year-old from Gresham. Into the middle for Lewis. One touch it back to Kenickie and said Phoenix recovered. Now they look to break, going the other way. Ricci out in space. Nice dribble into the middle of the field. Got tied up momentarily, able to keep the play alive, and then a whistle again. This will be a free kick here for Phoenix in a dangerous area, about 35 yards out along the right flank.
And Cam Knowles will be frustrated with that play, Tom, because it's an opportunity to get the ball, swing the ball into the box. You play it short. You play it. It looked like they were trying to play some sort of a set piece they worked on in training. It didn't come off, and then you get transitioned, you get counterattacked in, and a set piece opportunity now for Phoenix Rising.
A chance here for Phoenix. Colin Fernandez lining this one up. Ricci there as well. Imagine Cortez got to be the target as he was on the corner kick that led to the goal.
Have to get a body on him right now. Don't let him get up and get an easy chance on goal.
Fernandez Ball whipped in. Amadou Dia almost got his head onto it. He had a pretty clear run into the box.
Yeah, he did. And T2 is going to have to be aware of those set piece opportunities, because they just make and break your season. You saw in the World Cup, there was many teams. You look at England, for example, who was able to make a run in the World Cup because they were able to execute on set pieces. And executing on set pieces defensively is just as important as on the offensive end.
I say, would you spend that much time training the defensive part of that?
You do. Yeah, you do. But the thing is about set pieces is it really comes down to who wants it more, who wants to win your challenge more. You know, you match up against a guy from the other team, you have to make sure you get that matchup right. Sometimes if you zonal mark, that makes things a little bit interesting because the accountability just isn't there.
Phoenix, Asante carries it over the midfield line, now plays it down the line. The Bows making a run. Asante into the middle. Phoenix, a good switch. Dia on it with his left foot. He's outside the area. T2 recovering defensively. Good play by Bobasi. Lewis. Ricci trying to backheel it into the middle of that time for Lambert. T2 come away with it. Worked that time by Zambrano.
Got a little taste there, Tom, of Phoenix Rising and just the dynamic attack that they have, how quickly they can transition, and just how sharp they are at passing and their movement. Very, very fun to watch. Very fun team to watch just in these moments in this game.
Zambrano on it. He leads the team in duels, tackles, and interceptions. Holding midfield role. Lewis. Quick touch ahead. Bobasi. A little bit of room up the left flank. Still with it on his left foot. Good work to fight off Lambert. Plays it out wide. Barmby whips it in with his left foot. Looking in the middle. Headed away by DeFont and out. Third quarter kick of the game for T2.
That was really good there from Jeremy Bobasi to get his body in front of the defender, make sure he gets some space, get the ball out to Jack Barmby, make a good run into the box.
Barmby, third quarter of the match, whips it into the top of the six. It's knocked down. Tuiloma got a piece of it, couldn't get it past Mala, who just sends it out for a T2 throw-in. th minute. Phoenix on top, 1-0. Cortez in the 8th minute off the corner kick set piece. His 10th of the season, the difference so far in the first half.
And we haven't talked about it yet, but Foster Langsdorff not in this game. Cam Knowles opting to go with Jeremy Bobasi. And for Bobasi, he's been hot recently. He scored some goals. It's going to be important for him to be good in his hold-up play. He struggled a little bit this season holding the ball up, struggled a little bit finding space. And right there, you want to see him get on the ball, find those opportunities where he can get in those passing lanes, turn his defender potentially, but then in the box. My question for him is, can he get on the end of something and continue to be dangerous?
Not bad, though, to have a guy who 10 goals you can bring in off the bench if you need one late.
Agreed.
Agreed.
And I think that Foster Langsdorff does such a good job of bringing energy to a game, whether he starts in a game, whether he comes off the bench. That energy you see from him, he is just constantly working, and that's why he's got 10 goals on the season. He just works so hard to provide opportunities for his teammates and for his team to score goals.
Tied for 5th there in the league in USL. 1-0 Phoenix on top here. Opening half from Providence Park. Well, the Timbers have a big 3-0 win last night against the Philadelphia Union. Tied a franchise record, 15 games unbeaten. Late second half goals. You were on the field for that one.
It was a fun one to watch, certainly.
Yeah, huge performance.
And
Dia looks to whip it in back post, but that carries out for a goal kick. Talk about this run that the Timbers are on.
15 games unbeaten. It's amazing, to be honest with you. And you look at the way the Timbers started this season. They struggled. They didn't win in their first 5 games. They came off a really tough loss against Orlando, where they were up a goal, and then end up losing 3-2. Then they go on this amazing run. Giovanni Savarese has tinkered with the structure of the team, the formation, but the guys have been executing so well. And then it was another result last night where Alvis Powell was able to create.
It's a shot from Bobasi, sort of slipped when he went down to take it. There's the USL's official Twitter feed. Keeps you updated with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow at USL on Twitter.
as I was saying, Elvis Powell was able to really create something, get a PK called for the team early on in that game, and really open up the Philadelphia Union, who actually had a pretty good game here at Providence Park defensively, but the Timbers were just too strong for him.
It was big. Guzman back in the starting lineup, making his first start. Blanco unavailable due to yellow card accumulation, so there were some changes to the lineup. But you mentioned Savarese has tinkered and changed the lineup throughout this unbeaten streak.
And I think it creates good problems for him, looking into the next game, because Guzman had a good performance. He scored a goal. Now you're looking at bringing Blanco in, back into this team. A ton of options for Giovanni Savarese on the bench.
Throw it here for Phoenix. Amadou Dia trying to create a little more space there. Referee made him slide up a little bit. Here's Asante back to goal. Ricci had an assist on the Cortez goal. Fernandez trying to play it into the area. Went back by T2. Fernandez. Lauria looking to break. Kenickie knocking it down.
Mike left.
Turning into some space. 20-year-old from Argentina. It's a good job to keep the play alive. Zambrano. We went for T2, the attacking half. Roy Miller. Lewis. Army on that far side of the field looking to turn inward. Good work by T2 to win it. A good possession here. Now can they create?
Yeah, and the middle third possession is important, but getting into the final third and finding that space is going to be very important for T2.
Just in an offside position. We'll go back to Phoenix here in the 21st minute.
But I think so far Tomas Kenickie has been impressive, and I keep looking at his stature, and I'm thinking he's just a little guy, diminutive. Keep thinking he's going to get knocked off the ball, but so far he's done pretty well. I've really enjoyed seeing his vision, seeing his dribbling ability. He's really creating some good opportunities for his attacking players with T2.
Mentioned his time in Argentina, 21 caps at the youth level for Argentina.
It's got to say something for you, because it's not easy to get into that national team program in Argentina. They've got a lot of talent.
Time with the U15s, U17s. Throw in for Phoenix. They lead at 1-0. If you're just joining us, Chris Cortez, first corner kick of the game for Phoenix in the 8th minute. Able to head it past Kendall McIntosh, his 10th of the season. Now tied with Foster Langsdorff for 5th overall in USL. Here's the ball played in for Cortez, and McIntosh up high to get it.
Well done by Kendall McIntosh. Good control of the box there. Now I'm wondering, we haven't seen T2 with a clear chance on goal yet, and I think it's going to be very important for them to get something out of this first half, to create something, especially against a dangerous side like this Phoenix Rising team.
Asante playing to Bozen. Roy Miller read that well.
And the scary thing is, Tom, when you go down a goal to a team like Phoenix Rising, they're going to be comfortable sitting in and just waiting to play you on the counter. So the more you expose yourself, the more you push numbers forward, the more opportunities they're going to have to counter. So for that back line, they're going to really be tasked with the difficulty of defending against a team that can flat out run and hit you on the counterattack. And I think Roy Miller, especially along with Bill Tuiloma, is going to be very important. They talk, they communicate, they get things right on the back line.
Seeing more and more teams in MLS come in with a game plan of really playing on the counter.
Yeah.
It's an interesting to watch trends in leagues, and seeing that throughout. I just think back to the first team's game, Timbers game against New York City FC, a 3-0 win. They only had the ball for about 20% of the match, but they controlled the game despite letting New York City FC have majority of possession.
And it's counterintuitive, Tom. I think about it all the time. You want to be on the ball. You want to have that control.
Obviously playing it into the middle. Round up, touching it out wide. Mulligan making a run, looking to whip it in with his right foot. Cleared away by Phoenix.
This is really good stuff from T2.
You have it in the attacking third. Back out wide to Mulligan. Whips it in. Knocked down. Kenickie trying to get it by Mala. Goes down. No call. And cleared away by Phoenix.
Yeah, and some really good stuff there from T2. Just finding those gaps, finding the ball in spaces, getting the ball wide, getting crosses in the box. Very, very important. And that's the question we've been asking right now, is for them to find a good chance on goal.
Farfan looking to make a long run. Good recovery by DeBose. And now Lambert plays a long switch. Ricci's got time and space in the attacking half to work down the left side. Ricci already has 1 assist. Into the middle. Vega, the shot, can't get a lot behind it. A relatively easy play for Kendall McIntosh.
We'll go back to that last chance for T2. Ball gets sprayed wide for Jimmy Mulligan, and he gets a nice cross in the box, and Kenickie is just sitting off the shoulder of that center back. Isn't able to get a good first touch on it. Can't get the shot off, but great movement there from T2.
Like he just got it kind of tangled in his feet. Entrance ball.
Yeah, and you know, he's not used to this turf. You know, this is his first time playing here at Providence Park. You're gonna expect to see some bumbles here and there, but I really like the movement of this kid, and he's finding some good spaces off the, you know, in areas that Phoenix Rising just isn't able to cover, and that's what you do as a number 10. You got to find those spaces.
1-0 Phoenix on top, 25th minute. Tom Volker, Nat Borchers from Providence Park. First meeting of the year between these two teams. T2 4-2-1 overall. Phoenix has won the last 2 meetings, including a 2-1 win here at Providence Park last year.
But we weren't able to finish our thought about how counterintuitive it is to sit in and absorb pressure and not have the ball, because you want to be like the Barcelona of yesterday, who would just kill you with possession and score all kinds of goals and just dominate the game. Sometimes dominating the game means defending. It means sitting back and absorbing pressure, and it means scoring on the counterattack. You have to play to what your best strengths are, I think, certainly, and each team is able to do that, especially with some of the attacking players in this league and in MLS.
Lauria from distance. And a strong cut. Go out for a goal kick. We've seen him score some fun goals this season for T2.
And he's so comfortable here, Tom, coming in from the midfield line, takes his player Dia one-on-one, cuts back here onto his left foot, and he just rifles his shot. And it doesn't miss by much, to be fair. I've really liked Marvin Lauria this year. He seems like he's just very comfortable out there, taking players 1v1. And he's surprised a lot of players, it seems like, with his first couple steps. They're a lot faster than I think a lot of guys are used to and haven't seen. And he can really hit a cracker of a shot with that left foot.
Lauria, just 21 years old, 4 goals, 4 assists on the season. He leads the team 33 chances created. He's a guy who create trouble for defenses. 1-0 Phoenix on top in possession. It's worked out to the far side of the five. Vontae DeBose.
I think when you're talking, Tom, about sitting in and absorbing pressure, you want to make sure that things are predictable in front of you, especially if you're on the back line. You don't want to allow passing lanes to open up in between you. You want the ball always to go wide, and that's going to be important for T2.
Cortez, Asante from distance, off the bar. Within inches of making it 2-0 for Phoenix Rising.
What a cracker of a shot from Asante.
Asante's got 6 goals on the season. He almost set his 7th. But now T2 looking to go the other way with Barmby. We'll play it back to Farfan. Now we'll switch to Loma. Lobosy looking to knock it down. He's onside. The play stays alive. Zambrano. Pardon me, Lauria. Or being pushed back by Vega. To Loma into the middle for Lewis. A lot of space on that far side. Farfan calling for it. Instead, Lewis will dribble it. Now swing it out wide. Barmby trying to get back to Farfan. Defensive effort that time by Vontae DeBose.
Really like that from Jack Barmby, getting in a good spot there. A nice little flick pass to Marco Farfan.
28th minute, Phoenix on top, 1-0. The man who had the assist on the corner kick, Ricci. Played into the middle. On Lambert, now Asante. Asante with from distance. A lot about taking that shot, instead decided to pass it at the last second, but no one able to get behind the defense.
T2's going to have to step to that, yeah, certainly.
We're giving a lot of room.
We saw that shot recently, and we're talking about not allowing passing lanes to open up in front of you in that soft area right in front of the top of the box, and they allowed that just in that last play, and that was where Asante was able to get at them, put his head down, and hit that shot. And that really comes down to Andre Lewis and Renzo Zambrano there in the midfield, making sure that they're staying in front of Roy Miller, staying in front of Bill Tulum. But that block of that square of those 4 players is so important to preventing goals for a defense.
Phoenix on the attack again. Asante dribble a couple defenders, loses the ball. Kept alive by Ricci. 5 back defensively for T2 as the build-up now switches to the near side with Amadou Dia. Vega looking to get behind the defense, plays it to the top of the area. No one there for Phoenix. Asante a little too late. Now T2 looking to go the other way. Obobasi, good ball. Brado making a run down the right flank. 3 back defensively for Phoenix. Brado into the middle. Kenickie from distance, just wide. And we have a water break here in the 30th minute. And this game was originally supposed to start at 2 o'clock. Expecting a really warm afternoon here in the Rose City. So our first break here in the 30th minute. 1-0 so far our score here, Nat. Phoenix on top. Both teams with a couple good chances the last 5 minutes.
Certainly, and it's been fun to watch both sides. But you look at this last opportunity for Phoenix Rising. Look at how they're able to get at T2 in that middle part of the field, and then the cracker of a shot from the Ghanaian from distance, Asante. What an absolute cracker. And then you look at transition for Renzo Zambrano. He gets the ball, drives at that back line, dishes over here to Kenickie, and we get a little glimpse of this left-footed pinger right there. That does not miss by much, Tom. Very impressive there from Kenickie in this first half.
I know you like what you've seen so far from the youngster from Argentina. Besides just that shot, has it been his play in the middle, his ability to escape, get through traffic? What have you liked so far about his game?
You know, I was just a bit worried going in this game, looking at his stature. I hadn't seen him play before, so you just think, oh, okay, he's not going to be able to deal with the physicality. He has dealt with it very well. Okay, now what's going to happen in the center part of the field? Is he going to be able to find space? Okay, if there's not space in the center of the field, he's actually drifted out to wide areas. He's been able to create from there, and it hasn't affected his game. So I've been very impressed with that. Plus, he's got some vision, too. We've seen a couple of passes he's picked out. Lauria making the run on this near touch line. He's able to find him, and so I think he's been impressive. Obviously don't want to oversell him. Want to see how he does, see how he grows into this game, but impressive so far.
It's interesting. We talked to Blanco last week, and he was talking about Kenickie and just welcoming into the team. And I asked him, what were some of the biggest changes when you first came over and got introduced to the side and started playing with the guys? And he said one of the biggest changes guys from Argentina have to make is how physical the MLS game is. It's not the same over there, and that's one of the big adjustments you have to learn to play with right away.
Certainly, and with the Argentinians I have played with in this league, they all say the same thing. That physicality, they're not used to playing in that manner. In addition to the travel that you have to go through with a lot of these games in MLS play, in USL, it takes a toll on your body, and you're certainly not used to it. When you come from different leagues where the geography is a little bit closer.
Back to live action. Here's Amadou Dia on the ball.
I think that Phoenix Rising so far has seemed the more energetic team. They've seemed more up for it. They've created the better of the opportunities. And I think for Cam Knowles and his side, if they want to get back into this game, it's going to be important that they get back on the ball. They start moving it quickly with more of a sense of urgency, and then they got to find Kenickie a bit more to create some more dangerous opportunities.
A chance here for Phoenix. Ricci over it. This will be from about 45 yards out. There's a line drive right into defensive line for T2 there. And now T2 looking to break the other way here on the counter. Kenickie running down the middle of the field. Now he has it at the top of the box. There's a shot from distance, punched away. Kenickie with a great play. In the 34th minute, T2 almost able to equalize on the counter. Here's another look at that run.
And you look at here at It's a great run there from Renzo Zambrano. Gets the ball. Thought he could play Kenickie a little bit earlier there. He doesn't, but Kenicky's able to find the pass there to Bobasi, who just uncorks with his left foot. Wasn't the strongest of saves there from the goalkeeper, but I think in the end, the best chance we've seen from T2 yet. And again, it comes in transition. It comes on the counter. We know that Phoenix Rising likes to push numbers forwards, and that's where you can get them on the counterattack.
Mulligan making a run down the right wing. Chance for T2 to attack. He plays it across. Obviously trying to get there. He's calling for a handball, or just saying it went out off of Phoenix. It does, and it'll be a corner kick. So another one here from the near side. We saw one in the opening minute of the match.
If I get scored on in the T2 back line in the early moments on a set piece, I want to get back at them and try to score on a set piece of my own. So look for Roy Miller here. Look for Bill Tuiloma to get on the end of this.
Saw Tuiloma get his head on one earlier. Well, knocked down by Mala. Not cleared out of the area. Miller in a foot race. And that will go out via throw-in for Phoenix.
Center back on center back competition there. DeFont wins out on that one.
Voting is open this weekend for the USL's monthly awards. Have your say in the votes for Player of the Month, Goal of the Month, and Save of the Month at uslsoccer.com. Late stages here of the first half. Phoenix on top 1-0 if you're just joining us. Chris Cortez in the 8th minute off a corner kick set piece. Able to find the back of the net with a header. Difference in the match thus far. Long ball played ahead for Abobasi. Skips over his head and comes out the other side. And Amadou Deal have time to track it down.
It's been interesting, Tom, to watch Jack Barmby's movement in this game. He hasn't come inside as we often see him do. Sometimes he switches sides with Marvin Lauria. Sometimes he comes in and acts as the number 10 in connecting position. He's kind of drifted out there to that left-hand side, been a little bit wider than I'm used to see him playing. So I'd like to see him come inside, maybe combine and connect with those central midfielders and try to create more from there.
Cortez playing down the line for Ricci. So good space and pace. Plays it across. Worked defensively that time by Farfan to head it out. Now Barmby. Play it back to Farfan, who's going to have time. Crosses the midfield line. Marco Farfan. Obobasi. Lewis. T2 in the attacking half. Mulligan out wide has made a couple good runs here in the first half. Kenickie. Trying to work a little 1-2 that time. Lauria. Skill just clear it back to midfield. You go back to Barmby for a second. You want to connect a little better. Is that just you want to because you want to see the better effort in the final third overall from everybody, or just specifically with him and what he's doing out on that left side?
Well, I see when he drifts out to that left-hand side, he kind of gets on an island, and I like to see him combine, and he's coming inside a little bit more now as we see he's getting on the ball. There he is right there, and I'd like to see him do that more often because that gets him involved, and he's got great vision, and he can play that final pass that this T2 needs to create that chance.
The Bows working down the right flank. Sante making an overlapping run. Goes in the middle to Colin Fernandez. Quick touch. Ricci playing it back down the line for Vega. Vega turning. Well intended for Asante. Sliding play by Lewis.
Well done from Lewis there.
Ricci again. Picked up his 5th assist on the Cortez goal. Toward the byline. Good footwork. Plays it across. No one on the other side though. Barmby able to knock it down. He'll have time and space. Ricci showed some great pace here in this first half down the left side.
He has, with him and Asante. Vega come out of the midfield as well. Again, it's frightening if you're on the T2 backline to defend that, especially on the counterattack. And just going to be very important how you control the ball, how you manage your chances in this game if you're T2.
Mulligan playing a long ball. Obviously trying to keep it in play. Good effort that time, but it'll go out for a goal kick. 38th minute.
And that back line for Phoenix Rising is dropping off a lot with the Bobasi's pace, so I think there's some opportunities for Kenickie to come in, drift into that soft spot in front of that back line and try to find some more opportunities.
Zinski will put it back in play. We mentioned his 8 shutouts coming into today's match, along with 56 saves. Top 10 in both categories in USL. Tied for 5th overall in shutouts. 5 shutouts in the month of June. Lauria, time and space from distance, can't get a lot behind it. Maybe surprise some of the guys that he actually took the shot from that far out.
I don't mind that, though. I don't mind that from Lauria. He does have that in his kit. He can hit from distance, and it's going to take a lot, though, to beat the goalkeeper Wazinski today. That guy's just such a big frame. Shots from distance are going to be very difficult.
There's Fernandez. Got some time with the U.S. U18s and U20s during his career. Long switch by Mala. Dia did a good job to just keep it in play, but it falls to Mulligan. 40th minute here in the opening half. Tom Folker, Nat Borchers from Providence Park. Phoenix Rising on top, 1-0.
We've seen a little tactical shift here from T2. Jack Barmby now in the middle of the pitch. Kenickie out wide on the left-hand side. Maybe Cam Knowles is listening to me. He's hearing me saying, hey, get Jack Barmby more involved.
You see a lot of times in MLS and at the USL level, we see the wingers switch sides. In your experience, is that just them making that switch on their own, or is that a directive from the bench?
Well, you know, with Kenickie playing the number 10, more that Jack Barmby is coming inside and Kenicky's going outside. And sometimes it's just a different look, and you see that happen a lot. Sometimes it's for defensive purposes, and sometimes it's for offensive purposes. But I think, again, you want to see Jack Barmby get on the ball a little bit more. He is so dangerous when he's on the ball with that vision to play that final ball.
A chance here for Phoenix, 41st minute. They set up this free kick. Fernandez with the left foot. And the time for Lambert. Headed away by T2. Ball intended that time for Zambrano. Malo whips it back in. He just flicks it into the middle of the park. Both teams looking to control. Lambert had it momentarily, then lost it. Lauria. And a whistle and a foul. That's a good look at Marvin Lauria. 4 goals, 4 assists on the season. Tied for second in goals. Leads the team in assists. Fans get an inside look at the life off and on field from a player's perspective every Wednesday evening in the latest edition From the Pitch on USLsoccer.com. Bill Tuiloma.
That's the ball right there.
Long switch. Kenickie. Marfan. Abobasi trying to whip it back in. Well, it checks up momentarily on the turf and then goes out for a goal kick.
That was a nice opportunity for us to see the passing range of Bill Tuiloma. I'm really impressed with this guy. We've seen him in some Timbers games, and he's performed very well as a center back. And seeing him at this level, he just has a great composure about him, and he can really hit a long ball that makes me jealous, man, because I can never hit a long ball like that as a center back. And it's really good to be able to shift the point of attack quickly. You need to see that, especially with Kenickie standing wide open there on that left-hand side.
8 appearances, 5 starts for the Timbers as a goal in the season. I remember talking to Ross Smith about him one day at training, and a lot of times, especially with defenders, you try and figure out that one thing that gives them an edge over somebody else. And we really couldn't pick it out with Tuiloma as that ball's whipped in. He's just really solid at everything.
Yeah, and it's interesting to look at his attributes. He's physical, he's big, he talks a lot. He wins everything in the air, good on the ball, really composed.
Mulligan knocks that cross down. Playing forward for Barmby. Gets over the outside of the foot, looking for Lauria.
Dia has done a really nice job of containing Lauria so far in this game. Lauria hasn't had too many opportunities on goal. Dia is just sticking right with him. Got plenty of athleticism and pace.
Good work that time by Zambrano, now wide for Kenickie. Played down the line, and now T2 on the attack. Barmby on that left side. Farfan back to Lewis. Late stages here of the first half. T2 looking for that equalizer. Zambrano dribbling through traffic, almost able to slip it through to Abobasi. Just off the mark that time. Not a bad idea, though.
No, and I think that sometimes when your creative players aren't able to get on the ball as much, you need to have players like Zambrano make that final pass. And he's been doing that in transition a bit. And you have to find something a little bit special to get a goal against this Phoenix Rising team. They seem like they're up for it today.
5-3-3 record on the road. 4th place right now overall in the West. 11-5-5. Here's Kenickie, finds himself on the right side. Slips the ball into the middle for Lewis. Thought about the shot. Now with it on the left foot. It's blocked by Mala. And now Asante. He loses it. Lewis. Now a chance here for T2. Barmby. Trying to play it on the deck. Mala again there to clear it away. He's had a nice game center back spot, and then a foul. He's going to go against T2.
You see Abobasi over here just got his bell rung. It looks like he's still trying to figure out if he's going to continue in this game. But you see here the challenge. Marco Farfan just coming over the top of Asante.
He got good height.
Yeah, he certainly did. I think he used Asante a little bit to get up. Referee calls the foul.
Now player down for Phoenix. It's like Mala, the center back, who's had a nice game so far this afternoon.
I'll tell you what, though, in conditions like this time when it's hot out, the turf heats makes things even hotter. The injuries you can get and the wear and tear in your body just becomes that much more. And you know, situations like this, and I'm not surprised to see players down. And as this game moves on in the second half, it's going to be important for both teams to conserve energy to make sure that they're not overdoing things, because that heat can get you and the fatigue can set in. You can give up late goals.
When it's this hot out, do you sometimes maybe not make runs that you may try in another situation, or you try and maybe conserve your energy a little bit?
Yeah, and
pick your spots.
I think you see a lot of teams play conservatively. I know when we would play games in Dallas or Houston or DC or Kansas City in the summertime, it was hard to get that extra burst, and sometimes you played a little bit more conservative because you just didn't have it in your tank sometimes, and you know, that makes possession that much more important, and it makes up, you know, giving goals up that much more important. You don't want to give up an early goal like T2 has, because then you're under it and you have to now bring it to them.
Looks like Mala's okay. Zinsky will put this back in play. We're officially in stoppage time. Phoenix on top, 1-0. Cortez in the 10th minute off the corner kick set piece from Ricci. Difference here in the first half. Long ball for Abobasi. Bounce into the box.
Yeah, every time Abobasi is making a run, it seems like there's 2 or 3 guys around him. I think that T2's just got to continue to play short passing, build the ball, build those attacks as much as they can, and just kill Phoenix Rising with possession.
Asante. Nice job to knock it down. Now making a cut toward the byline. Plays it back to the top of the area for Vega. This pass takes a deflection. And now T2 come away with it. Long run across the field. It's played out wide to Mulligan. Try a one-time ball in. And bounce back to Zambrano. Here's Lewis. Now into the 2nd minute of stoppage time. Farfan, Roy Miller. Joined the Timbers 2017 from Saprissa. Mulligan. Took a little bit of room to operate. This pass went back by Phoenix. And now Vega. Could have broke, said he'll slow it down and play it out wide to Asante.
Yeah, Phoenix doing a really good job of staying compact there, getting their wingers tucked in, not giving T2 any opportunities in the middle of the pitch. It seems like they've done a good job of just adjusting to the pressure that T2 has put on them offensively. It's been difficult to find space.
Ludia. Buffon to go all the way back to his goalkeeper. Phoenix looking to make it 3 straight wins against T2. 2-0 win here at Providence Park, a 4-1 win in Phoenix last year. I'll play it forward for Abobasi. And that does it. hot afternoon in the Rose City, and Phoenix gets that early first half goal. There's the man, Chris Cortez, his 10th of the season, now tied for 5th overall in USL in the goal scoring department. At the break, it is Phoenix on top, T2 1-0. We'll take a break, come back with stats and highlights. We're watching T2 and Phoenix right here. Back after this timeout from Providence Park.
What a goal! Sandoval with an incredible bicycle! How did that go in?
Nice through ball for Williams, he scores!
Takes it to the byline, squares it across, they score!
Dennis still on the move, showing great strength. Dennis lets it fly! Sensational from Aaron Dennis. He equalizes in the 72nd minute.
Chang inside to Sebastian Velasquez, shot and a goal! Sebastian Velasquez!
What did I tell you? That's the Monarchs game.
He cuts back to his left foot. He's going to chip the keeper. Oh, an early goal! Sensational from Anthony Burke-Gilroy. Sounders on top in the 2nd minute.
Here, Rasmussen strikes on goal, and it's in the back of the net. Rasmussen has put OKC in front, 1-0. Here's Stroud in the 18, takes a shot and buries it far post at the start.
Point blank save!
Bonomo the touch, Fleming's the shot.
Quick run up, straight into Ferrell.
A shot, and what a save!
Malcolm, ball ricochets out in front, and a save by Cardoni.
Coffin leaves a shot. Serta knocks it down.
Long strike and a protector.
Uh-oh. I hate the mic on that one, too.
Hello, hello, hello. I can't. Everybody, Tom Kolker, Nat Borchers, 1-0 Phoenix on top of T2 here at the halftime break. We welcome you back into Providence Park on a warm afternoon here in the Rose City. Welcome back in, everybody. Tom Kolker, Nat Borchers. Nat's a 1-0 lead here for Phoenix. What did you like about what they did in the first half?
Yeah, well, I think we saw a lot of that Phoenix mobility. They did a good job of creating some chances. We didn't see them really counterattack and break as much as we were expecting. I think T2 did a good job defending at times, but they did create the better of the chances. They did have the better of the energy in that first half.
Let's take a look at the first half highlights. And our first one is the goal that put Phoenix on top 1-0 in the 8th minute off the corner kick set piece.
Set pieces are so important in this game, and T2 did not do a good job defending there. Look at Cortez, how he just elevates and gets up. He's not marked here. He just gets up and just rises, heads the ball down into the net. Kendall McIntosh has no chance, and they're up 1-0 in the opening minutes of this game.
One guy who's made a lot of nice runs in the first half, Marvin Lauria, and here's a good one in the 26th minute.
This is a nice showcase of Marvin Lauria's speed, his agility, and his ability just to get at a back line. Dia does a good job of recovering, but Lauria comes in, cuts back on that left foot, and just fires a shot headed to that upper corner, but doesn't trouble the goalkeeper.
Moments later, Salman Asante almost made it 2-0.
Yeah, you look at the way Phoenix Rising was able to get at T2 in the middle of the pitch here. Asante just taking one touch and then hitting it with his second touch. What a great strike this is from him, and it just rifles off that crossbar. Kendall McIntosh has nothing to do with that one.
And then in the 34th minute, Abobasi tried to equalize.
Yeah, Abobasi does a nice job here, just getting into a nice space. Kenickie, who was dangerous, plays the ball to him, rifles the ball off that left foot, and Wazinski with a nice save there to keep Phoenix Rising in this game.
Gets set here for the start of the second half. It'll be man in the middle, Cortez, who got his 10th goal of the season to get us underway. And now, what adjustments do you see T2 having to make here to try and find that equalizer?
Well, I think as the game moves forward, if T2's not able to get that next goal, you're looking to bring Foster Langsdorff off of the bench. But I think first and foremost, continue to go and find Kenickie, try to find Barmby, try to find Lauria. Those guys can be very active on that offensive end. They can create those chances you need. And because we haven't really seen T2, other than the Abobasi chance, with a clear chance on goal in this game.
Mentioned Phoenix 10-0-2 when they score first this season. And an early opportunity, just like the first half, almost a mirror image, a corner kick in the opening minute here of the second half. Played short and now whipped in, headed away by Cortez out of the area. Farfan under some pressure that time from Vega. Stays with it, now on the dribble. Quick touch back to Barmby, trying to slip it through to Kenickie. Good work recovery that time by DeFont. Ricci, who got the assist on the Cortez goal. His 5th of the season. On the Bows, who made a couple nice runs in that first half.
Yeah, I think the outside backs for Phoenix Rising have done a really nice job against the attacking front four, really, the wingers of this T2 team.
Abobasi off the turnover, trying to leave it for Lewis. And again, DeFont recovers. Good early pressure here by T2. Throw in right in front of the T2 bench and head coach Cam Knowles. And You talk about options off the bench for this T2 side. Certainly, Foster Langsdorff got to be right at the top of the list.
Yeah, and, you know, if you have a guy who's scored 10 goals for you, coming off the bench again. I was watching him just at halftime. He was more energetic than anybody on that pitch, just in a warm-up. And you know, I think he can bring something special to this game.
Documented by Roy Miller, right in the middle of the park. So it'll be a free kick here for Phoenix. Vega a little slow to get up after the contact.
And this is one of those free kick situations where you think it's good, probably not going to be a shot from distance, but probably an opportunity to chip into the box. You're being pretty ambitious if you can shoot from this kind of distance, and so you look at matching up again on a set piece opportunity for T2 in the opening stages of this half. They didn't do a good job in the first 5 minutes of the first half. This is an important moment for them.
Right in the middle of the park here is Fernandez over it. He chips it into the area, and that will harmlessly roll out for a goal kick.
Yeah, surprising he went with that option. He had some better options, I think, on this near touchline right-hand side, but opts to go with the left-hand side. And easy one now for T2 to recover and get on the transition.
Kendall McIntosh will put it back in play. McIntosh 5-4-3 on the season. About 20 goals on 64 shots.
Good. Up, Mike.
Here's Miller working out of traffic. He'll play it back to Kendall.
Follow right.
Murado knocking it down and winning back. Leads the team in tackles and duels coming into today's match. And what are you seeing that early on out of the formation here for T2? We saw a couple switches there. We saw Kenickie go out wide in the second half and Barmy come in. How do you see them line up here early on?
Yeah, I'm seeing them also being fluid in their movements and in their spacing. They're switching, you know, their positions here and there. It seems like Barmy's coming inside, Kenicky's moving outside. They're just trying to find themselves in this game. And again, I think it's going to come down to them getting more opportunities on the ball to create those chances. And it's going to be up to the rest of the team to find them in those spaces and to get up and have that vision.
Well, T2 in the attacking half. There's Lewis. Good hesitation, finds some opening. Plays it down the line, looking for a Bobasi, trying to just couldn't quite get to that ball as he tried to reach out with his right foot.
It's really good stuff there from Andre Lewis.
Great hesitation move by Lewis there. On to Bose down the line for Vega, who's got good speed. Vega trying to split a couple defenders, and McIntosh able to step in front of that. There's the speed of Devin Vega. 3 goals last year for San Antonio, 14 appearances. First appearance for Phoenix this season.
And he's really added a different attacking option for Shantz, the head coach of this Phoenix Rising team. And I think they already had some mobility with Sante and with Rigi. And then you add him to the mix. It's like, wow, these guys can absolutely fly in transition, and they can absolutely. The movement's been really interesting to watch, and it's been fun to watch because they are technically gifted. They're shifty. They really create some good opportunities for other players around them.
Wazinski's going to push everyone forward here. 51st minute, 1-0 Phoenix on top of T2. T2 coming in off the draw against Orange County. Prior to that, a 4-3 win down in LA against Galaxy 2. Both these teams 2-2-1 in their last 5 matches. Phoenix coming in off a 4-1 loss in Salt Lake against Real Monarchs. Prior to that, a 1-0 win against Sounders 2. Here's Marco Farfan. Right now we're seeing Kenickie out wide on left-hand side. I know you were pretty impressed with his first half. What stood out to you?
Yeah, I think it was just his movement, his skill in the ball, his vision. It just seemed like he's come into a situation that he's not used to, playing on turf, playing in foreign country, and typically it's difficult for foreign players to do that, and to come in right away and have an imprint on this game has been good, and I think he needs to continue to do that. And there's going to be a growth period to his his future here. He's going to have to make sure he does the right things. He's going to have to make sure he gets the right coaching, but he's going to grow into this team. It's going to be fun to watch.
Farfan whips it in. Bobasi trying to get there and cleared out at the last minute by Dia. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, Dia taking a bit of a risk there, bringing that ball down in the box.
Second corner of the half here for T2. Here's another look at it. A good ball whipped in by Farfan.
Very good ball there, whipped in by Farfan. Dangerous. Diaz not really quite sure what he wants to do with it. Ends up almost putting it in his own net, and Bobasi's there sniffing.
Barmby whips it in. Bobasi going up for it. A lot of contact in the box. No call either way. Lauria heads it back in. Takes a shot from distance. Brzezinski there to step in front of it. Make a play.
Nice shot there on the half volley from Marvin Lauria, showcasing that left foot.
T2 with the edge in shots 8-4. 1-0 on the scoreboard. Cortez in the 8th minute. He now has the road team ahead here at Providence Park. Bows a little room to operate just over the midfield line. He drifts into the middle. Now Asante takes it off his foot.
Yeah, and watching Asante's movements been interesting as well, because I haven't seen him come out wide as much and be 1v1 against Farfan.
Ball down the line. Vega, the flag is up. It's interesting because Asante, a lot of that first half was out wide on the right-hand side, but like you said, now we're seeing him more in a midfield role.
Well, yeah, it seems like he's coming inside a lot more, and he's a smart player. You can tell he's an experienced player. He understands, where the spaces are, where he's got to go and find the ball. And what it allows his outside back to Bose to do is to overlap every time he comes inside. And defensively, too, I've been impressed with his work rate.
Long ball played down the line for Lauria. Zambrano wins it back for T2. Out wide to Mulligan on the right flank. T2 attacking right to left here in the second half. A switch. Farfan. Farfan on the dribble. 8 appearances with the first team this year. 4 starts. Last appearance with the first team back on June 9th against Sporting KC. Asante, a switch. Ricci the intended target. As a volley it into the middle for Cortez. Work by Lewis, and now Roy Miller. Miller lost it. Ricci. Asante again trying a one-time ball inside to Vega. Asante wants the call. He's not going to get it. We play on. 55th minute here from Providence Park. Here's Lambert. Asante drifting into the middle. A little give and go with him and Vega. Miller there to clean that up, and then a whistle.
Yeah, we've seen Vega a little bit more advanced this half for Phoenix Rising as well. And with him and Asante coming at you, again, very shifty players, very technical. There's just a ton of quality in this Phoenix Rising side.
You seen any other changes that Phoenix has made aside from Asante maybe playing a little bit more on the inside here in the second half?
Well, I expect as this half moves on for them to get a bit more conservative, them put numbers behind the ball. If the scoreline continues this way, they're certainly going to want to try to get those 3 points. And as that continues to happen, that's when the challenge is going to be for this T2 team.
Kenickie. Nice job to find Mulligan making a late run down the right side. Goes out for a goal kick.
And you would expect Mulligan to do better there. Kenickie does a nice job of getting the ball, sprayed it out wide for Mulligan, who finds that space, and you just have to have a little bit more quality on that pass and that cross inside the box.
Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Receive free shipping on orders over $50. 56th minute from Providence Park. Tom Colker, Nat Borchers, Phoenix on top 1-0. Chris Cortez in the 8th minute of a corner kick set piece. The header beating Kendall McIntosh. Our only goal of the match. Asante and a good ball. That time tried to find Cortez knifing through the middle. Barmby not going to go the other way. There's Lewis. Zambrano. Barmby trying to knock it forward to Bobasi. T2 staff wanted a call there, so we looked to go the other way. Poor ball into the middle and a turnover. And Andre Lewis, time and space. Lewis plays it down the line for Farfan. One-timer back into the middle. All knocked down and cleared away. It's Barmby making a late run along with Kenickie. Kenickie from distance over top of the bar. Second time we've seen him try a shot from distance without left foot net.
Yeah, and we saw some transition moments here from both teams, and then we see Andre Lewis getting on the ball here and getting the ball wide. Good pass out there to the width. Nice cross in. You see Barmby just coming in. Sorry, Lauria coming in late there with that late run. That's a good cross there, and that's going to be important because as this game moves on, Tom, we just talked about the conservative nature. Phoenix Rising will probably have the space is going to be in the wings. There's going to be a lot of balls coming in the box, and I expect Foster Langsdorff probably to come into this game very soon, and he's going to be wanting to get on the end of things, and Bobasi also will have his opportunities.
Some guys just to the left of the T2 bench warming up.
And Cam Knowles just putting his hands on his head saying, hey, Bobasi was wide open there on that throw, and why did you stop that?
So we'll do it again. Cam Knowles having a word with Barmby.
So you wanted a set piece instead of a throw-in.
Now T2 will set up with this set piece. They bring 6 players forward over the top of the box. Barmby. Floating ball in and headed away by Phoenix. And then Fernandez just lobs it toward midfield. Farfan. Barmby. Miller will switch it out wide to Mulligan. Zambrano making a run, plays it on the deck. Barmby the intended target.
Some really good movement there from T2. Nice passing.
There's a switch by Lauria. Farfan trying to get around to Bove. And now out of bounds throw in for Phoenix.
And again, I think DuBose and Dia have just done a nice job with their 1v1 defending. They haven't given T2 much at all in terms of chances on these wings.
59th minute. Looks like we have our second water break. On a hot afternoon here at Providence Park. So players will take a short break. 1-0 here. Phoenix on top. And we mentioned Langsdorff. When do you expect him to enter this game?
Yeah, and I expect him obviously to be coming in soon. Looks like he's taking off his training top right now. I'll be interested to see who he comes in for. Is it Kenickie? Is it Bobasi? Are they going to go with 2 up top? Are they going to continue to have 1 up top? I think those are the questions we'll have answered very soon, but it's going to be important to have somebody in the box and to finish, obviously, but you look at the service. The service has to be good. You have to look at the wings and the wide plays, the wide areas. That's where a lot of the balls, the space is going to be for this T2 team. So they've got to find that spacing, got to find it quickly, and the quality of the cross has to come in for the likes of Bobasi, Langsdorff, Kenickie to finish.
Well, it's 1-0 Phoenix. Let's take a look at how we got here. It came early on in the first half in the 8th minute off a corner kick set piece. Ricci delivering it to Cortez.
Yeah, and again, disappointing defending here from T2. Cortez just able to rise up, nod that one into the back of the net, and so early to give up a set piece like this. And you just see how well he does just to rise up there. He's such a big boy and just get on the end of this and just changes the game. 1-0 Phoenix Rising.
So T2 making some changes. Langsdorff into the game for Kenickie. Well, we were interested to see how long that Kenickie would go in his first appearance in T2 uniform, and not surprised to see him come off here and Langsdorff into the match.
No, and I think it was a good 60 minutes for the young guy and the young Argentinian. I think he did very well in his first start and did some very good things on the ball, showed what he was all about, and I'm really excited for him and his career here with T2 and with the Portland Timbers, because I think he has a bright future.
Joseph Ferrell into the game for Mala. Another defensive substitution for Phoenix. So we'll see what Langsdorff can do on the field. 10 goals on the season, tied for 5th in USL. certainly brings a lot of energy into any match he plays. And he is up top, and here's his first touch on the ball. Abobasi.
Referee hasn't seen the linesman's flag up.
Now, talk about the spacing now between Langsdorff and Abobasi. How does that work?
Yeah, it's different now. So they're going to have to figure out how to run off each other. One's going to have to be checking into space. One's going to have to be in behind the back line, I should say. One's going to have to be checking into space in front of the back line. They're both going to be having to be active in the box, especially as crosses come in. I like this move though from Cam Knowles because it's aggressive, it's attacking minded, and it's what the team needs to get this equalizing goal.
Ricci was the player who suffered the foul. Here's another look.
It looks like Ricci just turning on the ball, gets caught there by Mulligan. Couldn't see if there's a whole lot there. I think Mulligan maybe just gets him with the toe. Looks like he's all right.
Zinski will put it back in play. And so each team with one sub.
But you see from a defensive standpoint, Tom, going into a 4-5-1 type of a shape for T2 with Foster Langsdorff coming down and getting connected with the wingers Barmby and Lauria.
Here's Vega on the attack. Flips it to Asante, gets it back. One-time ball across, intended for Ricci. Here's a shot, and it's in the net. 2-0. Phoenix on top. Fernandez with a second chance opportunity, and he buries it. McIntosh tried to get over, but a great finish by Fernandez.
It comes as no surprise that Vega would be the one to create this assist here. Does a nice job of just running this back line. Did a little 1-2 there with Asante. The wingers playing a huge role in that. And the ball just gets deflected in there, and then it comes to Fernandez, who just buries it there in the back of the net for the second goal for this Phoenix Rising team.
Fernandez's first of the season. Fernandez, back in 2014, signed a homegrown contract with Chicago. Never made a first-team appearance. Was loaned out to Louisville and Tulsa. Played last year with St. Louis before coming over here to Phoenix. The flag was up on the far side before Barmby could get in.
It's so impressive, Tom. The three guys that we've really been talking about, getting on the end of that. Cortez actually starts to play, I think, winning the 50-50 ball, and then you look at Vega getting on the ball, playing it to Asante, who just one-times it back to him for the cross in the box. They have a lot of quality, this Phoenix Rising team, and they've really shown it in critical moments in this match.
Well, they're 11-5-5 on the season, fourth in Western Conference, 38 points. And now T2 down 2. Here's Asante. Strong cut inside. Pass takes a deflection. And T2 net trying to ride the recent road effort in Los Angeles with the win over the Galaxy in the draw against Orange County. But you mentioned it's been a mixed bag here at Providence Park this season.
Yeah, and it's interesting too because sometimes when you play home games, there's more pressure to carry the game when you're at home versus on the road. They've got a 6-4-2 record on the road. They got 6 wins on the road, which is very impressive. And I think some of that comes down to the pressure. Obviously, it's just a little bit more difficult sometimes to carry the game, and maybe that's not what they're used to doing. And then the other part of it is certainly just big moments, big plays, just making sure that you don't give up those early goals, making sure that you don't give up set piece opportunities.
Foul against Phoenix right at midfield. 66th minute. Phoenix on top 2-0. They've won the previous 2 meetings in this series. 2-0 here, 4-1 at home. Prior to that, T2 was 4-0-1 against Phoenix. So they really held the advantage in the series first 2 years. Barmby trying to chip it forward for Langsdorff. Cleared back to midfield. Miller keeping it in play along the touchline. Out of bounds throw in here for T2. It's time and space for Tuiloma. 9 players behind the ball right now for Phoenix. Well, lob forward for a Bobasi. It's headed toward goal. And it'll go out for a goal kick. Zinski, a little bit of a dangerous play. Couldn't quite get his hands on it. Unfortunate break, rolled over the byline.
Yeah, and this is why Foster Langsdorff is in games like this, because these moments like this, he's pouncing on opportunities. And as you can see, ball just gets flighted in here into the box. A little bit of what we didn't see there is the ball just gets flighted into the box, and Wazinski doesn't do a great job of taking care of it. Ball pops up to Foster Langsdorff, and he's had an opportunity on goal.
Lauria, nice turn. They're looking for a Bobasi. Didn't quite get enough on that pass to get it through, but he gets it right back. Langsdorff down the line. Well, whip back post. Bobasi gets his head on it and over top of the crossbar on the far side.
As you can see here, Marvin Lauria just cutting that ball back onto his favored left foot, and Bobasi just rising above. Not a bad job of getting up there, but just needs to get that ball on target. We want to see more opportunities, more chances for T2, and being down 2 goals makes it even that much more difficult to create those chances, to find that spacing. But I think T2 can do it. I think it's going to come down to, again, the quality of their crossing and the quality of the finishing in the box.
Throw it here for Phoenix in the 68th minute. Asante on the ball wearing the captain's arm in. Zinski plays a long ball back onto T2's half. Farfan carrying it across the midfield line. And a whistle. And a yellow card shown to Cortez. Sub here for Phoenix. It'll be James Musa entering the game for Fernandez, who got the second goal. Second switch of the game here for Phoenix. So Fernandez, who's their playmaker in the middle, comes out for Musa.
And again, we get to see a look at this goal. Nice 1-2 for Vega there. Puts the ball across the box. T2's not able to clear and just falls for Fernandez, who just puts his head down and just strikes it clean on goal. Fantastic finish from the young lad. Well done from Phoenix Rising. And if you look at this sub,
all played into the box. Lewis. Zambrano. Zambrano trying to play it in. The ball takes a deflection. Linsky off his line to collect it.
Yeah, and if you look at this sub, Tom, you look at Musa coming in for Fernandez. Musa is actually featured on the back line at times for this Phoenix Rising club, but he's obviously more of a defensive-minded type of a player. So Phoenix Rising obviously already looking to shut things down there, to make sure that they stay organized and they stay hard to play against throughout that middle with Musa coming in.
Fans, stay up to date with all the best on social media around the USL by watching Off the Post with Kelsey Steele every Friday evening on the USL social media channels. And there's a whistle, and the referee's pointing to the spot.
Wow.
Wow. Collision there, Wazinski and Langsdorff.
Yeah. And this is why Foster Langsdorff's been so dangerous, is just his runs in behind, and it's a fantastic ball. It's a fantastic ball from the back there. As you can see, he just pulls off the shoulder there. And a clear foul for me, the goalkeeper. Doesn't get any of the ball, gets all of Foster Langsdorff. Easy for the referee to make that decision. The goalkeeper Wazinski, very clumsy coming off his line there and getting Foster Langsdorff.
So Langsdorff looking for his 11th of the season, chance to make it a 1-goal game. Well, he's come to the game and caused trouble already, and now he's looking to bring T2 within 1.
Yeah, and you have to bury this chance right here, and it's going to be interesting to see here where he puts this thing on goal, because this guy, this goalkeeper Wazinski, is a big-time goalkeeper.
Langsdorff steps up, off the post, the rebound is in. Marco Farfan gets his first goal of the season. The initial penalty off the post, the rebound put in by Farfan, and it's a one-goal game.
What a heads-up play there from Marco Farfan. Great save here for Wazinski, who's obviously frustrated by the follow-up here. But if you look at Foster Langsdorff, he keeps this ball low. He goes to the goalkeeper's right, and he gets a piece of it, goes out of the post. Oh, and then it's the 5-hole from Marco Farfan. Oh, man. Wazinski's obviously going to be frustrated at his defense for that, but great heads-up play from Marco Farfan. But now we're 2-1, Tom. Plenty of time left in this game for T2 to get another one. Here we go.
Another sub, Augie Williams into the game, 4 goals, 2 assists for Abobasi. So a fresh attack with Langsdorff and Augie up top. And here comes T2 on the attack. Varnby trying to chip it forward for Langsdorff.
I mean, what a pest Foster Langsdorff is. I mean, to make that run, to come in and really create that penalty, that's the kind of plays he just does, and he just does it with his quickness, his energy, and his smart movement.
Here's Farfan looking to create again. Like you said, the ball that Tuiloma played to set up was great. Just perfect amount of pace.
That's a great point, too, and we talked about Tuiloma's passing accuracy, and he can really hit balls from distance, and a great decision there to get the ball over the top.
Varnby. Miller trying to play it on the deck. Langsdorff trying to keep it alive. Big collision in the box. And the shot from distance. With T2 feeling some momentum right now. That was Tuiloma from just outside the area. There's a hard collision.
Yeah, we see here the ball comes in from Roy Miller, of all people. Kind of bounces around there in the box. T2 with a ton of folks in there. Collision there, though, in the middle of the penalty box.
It's Ferrell, who came on as a sub from Mala.
I couldn't imagine Phoenix Rising having to make another sub at center back. But stranger things have happened, certainly, and you have to hope that he's okay, because he's looks like he's got his bell rung, and certainly you have to be careful in these situations, Tom, that you do the right thing by the player.
Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule. You can see at Swope Park, and then 4 at home: San Antonio, Sounders, Orange County, and St. Louis.
Yeah, and I think there's maybe even be a 5th game in a row at home, which is unbelievable. You talk about that kind of a schedule coming up, and very exciting. If you're T2, they have to start getting points at home. This game is obviously so important, the one they have right now, but after that Swope Park Rangers game, big time opportunities to get points and get themselves firmly in that playoff picture.
Well, let's take a look at how we got here. 2-1 our score in the 76th minute. And we go back to the first half, and Phoenix opened up the scoring in the 8th minute.
Yeah, it was an early set-piece opportunity here, as you'll see Cortez just rising in the middle of that box, getting up and heading that ball past Kendall McIntosh. Disappointing by T2 to not to defend that better.
We move to the second half, and Phoenix make it 2-0, and Fernandez's goal.
Yeah, and a good 1-2 plays there from Vega and Asante, and Fernandez just there in the box to clean it up.
71st minute. Foster Langsdorff creating some havoc on a ball whipped in.
It was actually Jimmy Mulligan playing that ball. We thought of Tuiloma. Great job by Langsdorff there, just to get himself in between the ball and the goalkeeper.
And here is the penalty kick. Langsdorff steps up off the post, but Farfan there for the putback.
Fortuitous. Well done by Marco Farfan to follow up with that nice save from Wazinski. And but again, Foster Langsdorff with some nice movement, creating something for this T2 team, and they're back in this match, Tom. They only need to get one more goal, get the equalizer, and all bets are off.
You could see that highlight when he got taken down. You could just see him mouth, "That's got to be a foul." Yeah. Wazinski just took him out.
Yeah, He had that one right. And the referee hesitated for just a second, and I was thinking, is he going to call this one? Is he not? But he makes the right call in the end. I don't think that Phoenix Rising can make too many arguments the other way. And they're able to get the goal after all.
Well, the training staff still taking a look at Joseph Ferrell. This is his 13th appearance of the season. Does have 2 goals on the year, but he took a hard collision on a second chance opportunity in the box with Foster Langs. Those are 2 big guys that collided, and looks like he's getting a little tape around the head. Hopefully he's okay and able to continue on.
And sometimes when you get the tape around the head, it makes you actually feel like more of a warrior because you're out there taking shots. But as we look at this replay here, it looks like Foster Langsdorff just come in hard. There's no malice or intent there. Both players trying to play the ball. Looks like they just go head to head there, and that's when the injury happens.
Matt, I'm sure you've collided with a few guys in your days at center back. It can't be the best feeling in the world.
You know, I actually played a game here for Real Salt Lake against the Portland Timbers, and I had one of those situations where I collided with the player, had blood gushing everywhere, had to come out of the game, get the whole white wrap around the head, and came back in, and yeah, you feel like a warrior when you're doing that, and you're able to continue the game. But very important, obviously, the health and safety of the players first and foremost. But if he's okay, he's ready to go, the training staff signs off on it, then let's go.
And he's back on the field. Good sign there for Phoenix. So it's a 2-1 game here. Farfan, first of the season for T2. Here's Williams trying to chase down Vega. The ball squirts out to the far side of the field and goes out for a Phoenix throw-in.
What we haven't seen from Phoenix Rising really in these last 10 minutes or so is any sort of sustained possession or any counterattack opportunities. It's been all T2, which is promising for Cam Knowles' side, especially if they're searching for this next goal. However, you have to be so careful with these transition moments with Asante. He's just so dangerous. Vega, Cortez in the box.
There's a foul. Lewis doesn't like the call, but it'll be a free kick as Asante got taken down. So we talked about Augie coming in the game. He's a different type of striker than Abobasi, a taller, lean guy. What type of presence does he have up top? How is he dangerous?
Yeah, he's going to look more to play in behind, to run into those channels. He doesn't play as well with his back to goal as Abobasi does, but certainly he's going to provide some problems for that back line of Phoenix Rising, and he's going to give a work rate just like Foster Langsdorff, just not going to quit.
So Williams out on the left-hand side, Langsdorff in the middle. Cortez, Lambert, a switch across the field. Amadou Dia. Now Asante. Lambert with a good ball. Dia in some space, plays it into the middle, looking for Cortez. Can't rise up to it.
Good little bump there from Marco Farfan just to throw him off a little bit.
Farfan in a battle with Vega. Good work by Farfan to win it.
Farfan playing some confidence now after they get that goal.
Well intended for Williams along the near touchline, goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw in here for Phoenix.
And as we head into this final 10 minutes, Tom, I'm just wondering which team is going to finish strong, which team is going to fade, because we know with these hot temperatures that the energy levels are going to wane a little bit. And we saw, in the warm-ups, obviously both teams taking different tactics, different approaches. But it's going to be very important for T2 especially to finish this game strong and try to get some chances to get that equalizer.
Lewis slobs into the air. Langsdorff in a battle with it. Played all the way back to Brzezinski. Farfan's header comes to the near sideline, goes out. It'll be a throw in here for Phoenix. Bose will come up and take it. Cortez the intended target. 81st minute, 2-1 our score. Phoenix led 2-0. Cortez and Fernandez. Farfan got his first of the year. The PK attempt by Langsdorff to make it a 1-goal game. Zambrano working quickly. Here's Lewis. Zambrano a little bit of space in the attacking half. Trying to find Langsdorff. That pass takes a deflection.
You see Jimmy Mulligan there on that far right-hand side, wide open there. They need to find him.
Sunday along the switch, looking for Ricci. Good ball. Ricci got the assist on the first goal of the game on the corner kick. Lambert, Cortez, turning away from pressure with it on his right foot. Asante trying to slip it back to Cortez. He's behind the defense. He shoots and he scores. What a 1-2 combination. Asante and Cortez, his second of the game, 11th of the season. And just when it looked like T2 had some momentum back, Phoenix strikes.
Yeah, and you'll see here on the replay that T2 just get absolutely stretched. Jimmy Mulligan just found way too high up the field. Mark and Ricci finds that space in behind him. Tuiloma gets caught out there, as you see. Ball gets played over to Cortez. Fantastic pass. Cortez with the nice play. Asante finding the, and it's just a little unlucky deflection there from Lewis that allows that pass to get through. But great vision there from Asante to still look for that pass. Gets through there. And it's a fantastic finish from Cortez. Let's take nothing away from him. Wonderful finish from him. He's had 2 chances in this game. He's finished them both.
He's had to do that in one motion every time he received the ball and put it on net.
And again, you get stretched when you play good teams. You're down a goal. You're trying to recover. Backline got stretched there, and Phoenix Rising just absolutely punished him for it.
T2, it's a 2-goal deficit once again. Well played into the box. Williams trying to go up for it. 6-4, can't quite get to it. It'll go out for a goal kick. Fans, watch highlights from every game of the 2018 season and stay up to date with news from across USL's league at their official Facebook page, facebook.com/USL Soccer. Another sub here for Phoenix. Jason Johnson in for Ricci. And Johnson, a prolific goal scorer last year, 20 goals. You guys had some time at MLS level. Ricci had a nice day out on that right side, got the assist on the first goal, and showed good pace throughout the match. Mentioned Johnson, who was the 13th overall pick by the Houston Dynamo after signing a Generation Adidas contract with MLS, then traded to the Fire in 2015. Made 20 appearances for Chicago that year, and 20 goals last year for this Phoenix side.
Yeah, and he's a player that bringing him off the bench just shows you have a ton of weapons, because he is a wonderful player, fast, big, strong, able to get at you, certainly on the counterattack, and a good finisher in front of goal.
There's a look at Ricci coming out. Guano checking into the game for T2. Here you see Johnson coming in. T2 getting set to make that change. Ball lobbed over top. It'll be a corner kick here as Asante can't get to it. So T2's got to work quickly. Ball whipped into the top of the 6. Shot takes a deflection as Langsdorff got his right foot on it. It'll go out for another corner.
Yeah, Foster Langsdorff doing a very good job there, keeping that play alive, getting that shot off, and T2's got another chance here.
86th minute. And now Vega holding his right shoulder.
I think that might be Musa.
No. And the trainer now being called out onto the field. So we know we'll have a few minutes of stoppage time here. We saw the injury earlier to Ferrell.
taking an opportunity to get fluids in them, get hydrated.
So you're talking about that collision you had here playing for RSL. Do you remember who you collided with?
I don't remember who I collided with. I just remember we ended up tying the game in the last moments, and Cole Grossman, a friend of mine, scored the game tying goal, and I just remember going over to celebrate with him, and everybody you know, in the huddle just bashing my head, and I was like, this hurts, guys. I'm still hurt from this injury, but you know, what a great feeling to come in here and steal a couple points, and you know, you remember those moments, and certainly when you're able to get points in a hostile environment.
Was there any kind of concussion protocol back then? It's such a big topic these days.
Yeah, you know, and I can't remember if there was. It seemed like it was before that time. You know, before, you know, it was really you know, front and center like it is now. But it certainly, you know, there is a reason for it, and we got to make sure we take care of players.
Musa off the field momentarily on this corner kick headed out by Phoenix. He will be allowed to return. T2 stays on the attack. Farfan whips it in, looking back post. The header lobbed across the face of goal. And out. Foul called on Langsdorff.
Yeah, Foster Langsdorff really upset there with the call. As you can see here, it's a cross in for Marco Farfan. Gets the ball all the way to the back post. Bill Tuiloma doing a great job there. Not a lot of contact. Surprising to see the referee blow the whistle there.
There's the substitution. And Guano checking in. And Roy Miller, pardon me, coming out. Phoenix working on the far side of the field. Asante. Back out wide to Johnson. Plays it in with his left foot. Picked out by Tuiloma. Well played into the box for Asante. Knocks it down and it's in the net. 4 goals by Phoenix. Asante's 7th of the season. All Phoenix late stages here this second half.
And it's really fitting, Tom, that Asante gets his name on the score sheet because he has been the provider for chances here. As you can see, the ball comes in from wide from Mijin Johnson. Timbers, T2 not able to clear it very well. It falls out to Cortez, of all people, who just puts a nice, delicious little cross here. It's a left-footed hit there from Asante to the left side of Kendall McIntosh. No chance for McIntosh on that play, and it is
what a finish.
All Phoenix rising now in the end of this game. 4-1 the result, the score line here, and they've done a very good job, Tommy. You got to take your hat off to them. They've done very good.
Well, Phoenix 7-0-1 when they scored 2 or more this year. We mentioned in the first half, after they got that early goal, they were 10-0-2 when they lead. That's where that first goal. It looks like that trend's going to continue here this afternoon. Well played back post. It goes out for a goal kick. How about Asante and Cortez? 2 goals and an assist for Cortez. Goal and assist for Asante. Big games.
And Asante wearing the captain's armband today, and just to see his quality and to see his leadership on the field. It's been impressive, and he's done a great job with his movement and creating space for players. And you know, you see him show up in all different parts of the pitch, Tom, and it's very difficult for a backline to pick up a guy like that who's smart with his movement, who kind of glides around on the ball, and who has the vision to pick out passes.
7 minutes of stoppage time. A couple injuries late here in the second half. So still time for T2 to see if they can make it interesting.
Yeah, and for T2, you start looking forward now and thinking about you know, this next game against Swope Park away, and then they get to come home for a nice home stretch, and it's really going to be important for them to make their mark here at home, because they obviously have had some disappointing results. They could be better at home, and I think that Cam Knowles is going to have to really get that mentality right for this team moving forward.
Williams plays it out wide to Farfan. He has T2's goal on the afternoon. Zambrano from distance can't get it on frame. Mentioned that road game at Swope Park, and then 5 straight at home starting Wednesday, August 15th with a matchup against San Antonio. They're always tough. It'll be the Sounders, Orange County, St. Louis, and Tulsa. So key stretch.
And Mijin Johnson just getting himself a yellow card for dissent, as we were talking about the schedule. But yeah, you know, you look at that schedule, Tom, and you think that, okay, you're looking at the playoffs now, you're thinking, okay, they're right there. T2 are right there.
Right on the edge.
That stretch is going to make, I think, or break their season in terms of the playoffs. So going to be very important for them to regroup, get themselves together. And, you know, the defensive end is going to be very important. You know, they've given up a lot of goals recently, and they're going to have to shore things up, you know, along the back line and in the midfield.
Here's Cortez, set himself a game, not done yet. His shot is blocked, and there's a foul. Well, if this score holds up, Phoenix will have won 3 straight meetings against T2, the combined score of 10-3.
Wow.
And that's after they didn't have a win through the first 6 meetings between the two teams.
Yeah, and you just have to think that there's been some investment in these players, and there definitely is a belief about them. There's a style of soccer that they play, and I mean, it is attacking soccer. It's fun to watch. And I was expecting, Tom, coming in this game, T2 was going to be able to find more opportunities in transition, because I knew that this Phoenix Rising team was going to commit numbers forward. But because they got the early goal, it really changed the storyline. And they weren't having to come out and...
Well, it takes a deflection, goes out. This is the highest level of soccer right now in Arizona. This is a team that's pretty well supported. They average around 6,000 for a home match. So it's been an exciting brand of soccer to watch this season.
Yeah, and they've definitely, like we said, done a good job of bringing in players, you know, who are exciting to watch and play well together. There's a reason that they're going to have 12 wins after this result. They play good soccer, and they've got good experienced players.
There's a foul in the corner.
But let's be honest here. We rewind this game back to about the 75th minute. Foster Langsdorff earns the penalty. Marco Farfan ends up finishing it, and T2 is right there. But it's these final moments in the game that T2 have struggled, and just closing things out is the difference between winning games and not winning games.
And like you talked about, Nat, being down a little bit and having to push more players forward, that's certainly going to open you up even further to the counter and some space behind the defense. And credit Phoenix, they've taken advantage of it.
Yeah, and you look at the goals scored, and I mean, the 2 goals that come to my mind, are the most recent 2 goals. The one Cortez swings in from the wide area, and then there's the one that Asante plays, and that comes off a wide area play where Mulligan's a little bit high. And so Phoenix Rising did a really good job of just attacking that wide area behind the outside backs.
Ball played in for Williams. Farfan, a little bit of room to operate. Barnby, a one-timer. Can't get a lot behind it off the turf. Zinsky, easy play.
With the silver lining, too, we got to see Kenickie play.
Yeah, played well in the first half. I know you liked what you saw.
Yeah, and we had a lot of fun watching him. Again, his vision, his skill, his technique, and we saw him take a shot with his left foot, which came off very well. So I expect a bright future from him, and he's going to be fun to watch in these upcoming games for T2.
In stoppage time here at Providence Park. 4-1 lead for Phoenix. Barnby out wide to Williams. Marvin draws the foul. No chance here for T2. The set piece from a dangerous spot on a sharp angle. And Barnby will be the man over the ball. Well, nodded back out of the area, controlled by T2. Shot. Not a bad idea that time from just outside the area by Lauria. And he earns a corner.
This is really well done here from Lauria, just getting his shot off. It's headed towards the upper corner.
Well played in, off the post. believe that was Langsdorff who got a piece of it. Another ball played in over top of the bar. We'll take another look at that one. It was so quick off the corner kick. Langsdorff was in the area. Tuiloma was in the area.
T2 applying a lot of pressure here in these final moments.
Another opportunity here. Barnby an outswinger. Ball skips back. Lauria with it on his left foot. Pokes it in the middle. Lewis the shot. It's blocked. The referee points at the spot. Looks like we have another penalty inside the area.
Yeah, and full credit to T2 here. They've been putting pressure on this Phoenix Rising team. Phoenix Rising has not done a good job at all of dealing with it. As you see from this corner kick, Barnby swinging it in. It falls out here to Marvin Lauria. Yeah, it looks like a pretty clear foul to me. Andre Lewis not able to get the shot off. Referee does the right thing, calls the penalty. Now another opportunity for Langsdorff to get his name on the score sheet.
Langsdorff against Wazinski for the second time this afternoon.
Which direction does he go now? Second penalty against Wazinski.
Went to the goalkeeper's right the first time. Second time, and it's blocked.
Wow. Wow, what a save from Wazinski there to end the game.
And that will do it. Final score from Providence Park, Phoenix 4, T2 1. Phoenix now has 3 straight wins against T2.
Check out the save here on Foster Langsdorff. Wazinski just such a great job of getting down. It's not the best penalty from Foster Langsdorff, but he does a good job of just getting down. Reads it so well. Just waits. He's leaning that way the whole time. Nice job there for Wazinski. Shows why he's done such a good job getting shutouts this season.
Big win for Phoenix here on the road. They improved to 6-3-3 overall. As we take a look now at the latest USL standings. A big win for Phoenix here on the road after that 4-1 loss against Real Monarchs. So they continue their 5-game road trip with a win this afternoon. As take a look at the updated standings. There now Phoenix jumps into second place on 41 points in the West.
Yep, and these are all the playoff teams, Tom. Top 8 make it. You look at T2 sitting there at 33 points. They're going against Swope Park in this next fixture. Very important that they get a result there. That's a 6-pointer, and then they get those 5 games at home, Tom. So important for them to get results now. And
it starts with the team, the homestand, just has 1 point ahead of them, San Antonio, so that'll be a massive game as we take a look at the highlights, and then we start back now in the 8th minute off the corner kick.
Yeah, and it was an early goal given up there on a set piece by T2. Cortez just does a nice job of rising up and finishing that chance.
Phoenix will make it 2-0 as Fernandez able to finish the second chance opportunity.
Look at that good 1-2 there from Asante and Vega. And Fernandez just there to finish and clean things up.
71st minute. Mulligan plays a great ball, and Langsdorff draws the penalty.
Yeah, excellent work from Langsdorff. He makes an immediate presence on the field, earned the PK here. Much to the dismay of Wazinski, but it was a clear PK. Langsdorff now with the opportunity. He gets saved by Wazinski here.
Farfan to finish.
Farfan does a great job there with the follow-up. And T2 are in it at this point in the game, Tom.
And it felt like they had momentum. 10 minutes later, Phoenix would strike again.
Yeah, T2 just gets stretched here. A nice job there, turning Cortez. And he continues his run, finds a nice little slotted pass from Asante. And what a left-footed finish there from Cortez.
89th minute. Phoenix will make it 4-0. This time it was Cortez finding Asante.
Yeah, what a nice little ball here from Cortez just to give it back to Asante, saying, hey, thanks, man. I'm going to give one to you as well. And a nice little finish there from Asante, who says, all right, that's my goal. We're icing this game.
Well, Phoenix will win here this afternoon, Nat, so we'll see if T2 can rebound on the road against Swope before that long homestand.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's going to be very important for them to have a good performance away before they come back here to Providence Park to get those home fixtures.
And that'll do it for us here. Final score from Providence Park, Phoenix 4, T2 1. Our next home match will be Wednesday, August 15th against San Antonio at 7:30 right here at Providence Park. For Nat Borchers and our entire crew, I'm Tom Colker. Thanks so much for watching. Once again, Phoenix a 4-1 win over T2. Have a great rest of your Sunday.